Picked the wrong camera. Sorry about that, guys. See if I can get it where it can show my face. There we go. I guess that'll work. That's not the one I wanted, but it's all right. It'll work. It'll work. It'll work. So, how is everybody today? I am over here opening mail. I'm going to move that camera. Sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Cover your eyes. I need to put it where it's on me. I don't feel like I'm looking up at the lights to be able to see you guys. As you can tell, my hair won the argument this morning. Hi, Sylvia. How are you today? I have a little bit of this and a little bit of that for stuff that I've been getting in the mail. So I would show it off, show you guys what I have planned. And Sylvia, I have marked up my copy of that you sent me with marker. I mean, I have marked the daylights out of it. Not done much sewing. We've been sewing like a machine for the last few days, so might be nice if you took a break for a few days. I got a bunch of stuff in for little projects today, and hubby's been working on them for me. And of course, little projects never stay little projects. They always turn into something else. I lost my mic. Can you hear me now? I didn't even do anything. Sylvia, can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Well, that's not good. Did that help any? Did that help? Okay. I forgot my lippy sticky. Nice, Kim. Hair everywhere. You can hear me, Susan? Okay, good. I'm glad somebody can. Okay, let's see. Sylvia, can you hear me? Wonder what that was. So like I said, I've been getting stuff in the mail for various little projects. Hi, Susan. And we got one of them done. I needed new bolts for my toilet seat. I have no clue what happens to those. I guess they get stretched or something. But we bought metal ones this time, so now it'll break the toilet before it messes up the bolts, I hope. And my soap dispenser in the kitchen sink quit working. So we ordered a new one of those. And of course, that can't be just let's unscrew this and put it back in. It has to be a pain in the tush. So we'll work on that a little bit. I haven't played with chalk on it yet. But he got me two different sizes, a square one and a rectangular one. So that might be something to make pictures with. Of course it is, Susan. It's like, yeah, really? Well, this is supposed to be simple. They are cute. And then he got this, which I thought was adorable and way cheaper than the one I saw on Amazon. It's a little easel. So the little chalkboard will fit on the easel. And I think it might be cute to hold blocks or something if you're working on them. Or like a mug rug. There's my teacup one I did last week. It's upside down. Let's turn it right side up for you. I think it came out pretty cute. Or maybe even to, because it's got a little leg here at the back. So maybe even to hold your book or your pattern when you're working on something. Yeah, Dollar Tree specials. The mug rug isn't. I made that, but the easel and the chalkboards are. So that's kind of cool. And then the rest of my Amazon stuff, I didn't show you guys the other two things, but this is the other stuff I ordered from Amazon. I ordered some silicone mats. These will withstand up to 466 degrees Fahrenheit. They're noisy, sorry. Trying to get them out without being loud. These are made to go under wool mats, and they're silicone. You could actually, like when I do my applique stuff, yep, you can actually like set all your applique pieces on top of this if there are a whole lot of pieces, and then iron them down, and then pick up the applique and put it on whatever you want. So there's 3 in this little package. I have Teflon sheets, but these are actually made for what I want to do. Mom and Pop were, or not Mom and Pop, Lisa was talking about them last week when I was on her live, Sylvia. And this, anybody but me order this one this weekend. This is the professional tote from Creative Thimble. I got mine from Amazon, my pattern. And this is the bag that Gwenny had. Yep. 10 pockets, including a center divided zippered pocket. And I've been looking for a bag pattern that would have lots of places to put stuff for me. So there we are. And I think I paid $8 for it. And buying it from Amazon, it didn't have a shipping charge, which was awesome. And then the reason that I needed the silicone mats, yeah, Sylvia, they had like 20 of them in stock. They're shipped from Amazon, even though they're sold from somebody else. So I got it. I think Saturday was the live where she showed it, and it's here today. So that was quick shipping. And then this is, Sylvia, I printed it out, but in black and white. And then I drew in the lines with a marker. So I've got them on the back. And this is what I'm going to base my applique of this on. I like how you did that, and it's way bigger than the picture I had. So that's why I needed the silicone mat, because I want to be able to cut my pieces and put them down and then fuse them together before I put them on the back. And I think that'll work really well to do that way. Yeah. And if you're watching this in replay, Sylvia just opened an Etsy store. Her channel is You and Me, and the ampersand sign, not the word and. You and Me FPP. Sylvia, I've got your Facebook group in your link here, but I don't have your Etsy shop yet. I didn't, Sylvia, but I can if I use my scan and cut. But I want to try it first and then see if I need to change anything. You made yourself a purse and it gave you lots of problems and now you don't like it. Why don't you like it, Susan? See, I made my purse. Let me grab it back here behind me. I should probably move the vacuum back to where it belongs instead of leaving it over here. This is mine that I made for myself a few years ago, and I really like it. This is an Ethel tote bag by Swim. I did a couple of alterations to the pattern so that I could get the pockets. Okay, Sylvia, thank you. But I did that, and I really like my purse, but it's 7 years old, and it's time to replace it because you know where all the boo-boos are. I say put your purse together, put your stuff in it, carry it for a couple of days, and see how many compliments you get on it. I bet you'll forget where the boo-boos are. Because I'm sure that no one else is ever going to see the boo-boos except for you. There's Sylvia's shop link. Awesome. And I'll go back and steal it out of the chat to put it in the Nightbot for later. But yeah, I say carry it for a couple days and see what you think after that. Because you went to all the trouble to make it. You may as well use it. And if it turns out that you don't like it, maybe carrying it will get somebody to ask you if they can buy it. And then you'll get back at least some of the money you've got in it, right? Kim Burris, she's one of my mods. She made herself a purse because her old one was falling apart. And she made it out of healthcare provider fabric in like reds and yellows. And then she made purse accessories to go with it. It is the absolute cutest purse you ever saw. Looks like a flat pancake. I can't imagine anything that you made did not look perfect, Sylvia. I just can't imagine that. I know you. I know that your stuff turns out really cute. And of course, nothing ever itches until you get on a live, and then it's like everything wants to itch and give you fits, right? And then this is what I worked on yesterday. Okay. This is what I worked on yesterday. I put up a video about it. I drew myself a pattern because I wanted one of those spool quilts that's so popular right now. And I gave you guys a copy of my terrible pattern. I am not a pattern writer. That's not my skill set. But I thought it came out cute, and I'm going to put batting and backing on it later and sew on it. But I still haven't decided if I want to do all 4 or if I want to cut it down to just 3. I kind of like it, and it's, not too big. It's about 18 inches by 8 inches. Maybe it's longer than that. I don't know. Anyway, it's about 18 by 8, and I'm thinking, just batting, and then as I do my sewing, I'll let that sew the batting down too, so I don't have to free motion quilt around it. I don't mind free motion quilting, but I think it would look cute if it was all just kind of flat with the back and then no extra quilting. And then I can use it as a wall hanging. Thank you, Sylvia. And you can tell my glue down here on this one is wanting to come off already. I think I said that in the video before. If you use glued applique, especially if like me, sorry, especially if you're like me and you don't like to use lots of glue, it comes off fairly quickly. So I need to get this in there and get it sewn. But yeah, I kind of think, I thought it was cute. And I really wanted to do applique, but all the patterns that I had were somebody else's pattern. Just like that manger scene. The original picture came from somebody else. Thank you, Susan. And so I wanted to do something that was original to me. And then I wouldn't have to worry about copyright or any of that. So I figured, what the hey? So I did it. And the silicone mat would have helped a whole lot with the glue when I was doing it yesterday. I'm going to add some white glue to this one while I'm sitting here chit-chatting. Because if I'm going to go sew on it later, I want it to be glued down. And I left the top open, and the top now has a little lip in it. So, Sylvia, Colleen said she sent you a link for that vidIQ thing that I've been using. I'm having fun with it. Kind of helps me see which videos are being watched and which ones aren't in more detail. Because like you can see that you got views on your videos, but vidIQ tells you how long people are watching your videos. And I think that's a nice little thing to know. Yeah, it's taken me some time too, Sylvia. It's not super friendly, is it? I have to clean the lid of my glue bottle out because it clogged up on me. Yeah, that was the nice thing for me, was being able to see, like one video had a ton of views, but the view time was kind of short. So I went in and looked, and I was like, oh, well, that's where people quit watching. Hello, Martha. How are you today? I'm doing well. Just showing off some goodies that I've been working on and stuff I got in the mail today. I haven't been live a whole lot lately, just this last few days. I had a big flare, and getting online when I'm in a huge flare is not conducive to my health. It just adds stress. So I try to avoid stress if I can. I ain't dealing with the stressy people. I hope you're doing well, Martha. I see you more on Instagram than I do on YouTube right now. I've been over there playing the last couple days, trying to figure Instagram out. Sylvia's trying to learn vidIQ. I'm trying to learn Instagram. But working on it. That's all you can do, right? It's telling me my connection is unstable. Am I frozen for you guys? Yesterday we had 3 power outages. I was like, clear skies, no clouds, no nothing. Power goes out. Not an Instagram user, huh, Sylvia? I appreciate it. Lois Stanley also sent me a email with like a guide to go through Instagram. Well, hello, Miss Stephanie, Miss Sassy Steph. I want you guys to know that Miss Stephanie got a shout out this morning from Brenda at Conquering Mount Scrapmore. And if she hasn't gone over 300, she's knocking on the door. She was at 299 when I looked a bit ago. So the shout out, I'm sure, helped a little bit. There she is. Oh, yeah, by the way, Steph, I gave you your wrench back, whether you wanted it or not. Sorry. I had to in order to be able to let you comment on the channel because I've got all my comments right now held for review. I was having some issues with some troll people putting porn links and stuff in there, and I got tired of having to go in every couple of hours and flush those people down the tube. So I went ahead and put everything on held for review, and I'm working at it to get it all taken care of. Yeah, I thought that was the simpler way to do it. And then I found out there is a way to always approve comments from certain people. So if you make a comment on a video and it gets held, I do look at them fairly often through the day, and I'll go ahead and approve you as a commenter, but I had to close them in order to keep the trolls from putting up nasty stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Stephanie is awesome to watch. She is so calming and she has such a great voice to listen to. And if you are trying to learn to free motion quilt at all, Martha, Stephanie's got it. Stephanie's got it. I watched her do, was it the Orbit, Global Orbit? Stephanie, what was the name of the pattern you did the other night? Where you did the rainbows and the flowers and stuff? Orbital. I cheated and I stopped her video and watched in super slow motion how she was quilting. And then I tried it for myself, and I don't know where my notebook is, but I always try things out on paper so I can figure out where I'm going to have problems. And the rainbow she did, I thought, oh, that looks pretty simple. It's not. Yeah, Stephanie's videos are awesome. So I got to practice that rainbow some more before I can get it. And she's, of course, doing hers on a long arm. I'm doing mine free motion by moving it around with my hands. But it's still nice to learn a new technique from somebody else. I'm planning to put up some free motion quilt videos here soon on the ones I like to do. Maybe you guys can learn the meanders and stuff that I do just for grins and giggles. Yeah, I know you're Martha. Well, thank you, Martha. I appreciate that though. I always wonder if I sound too strident or anything like that. And I am working on it. But I want to stay on this side of it because when I worked for Domino's, I used to always get comments about having a voice for phone sex, and that's not what I want to do either. I kind of want to get it, where it's soothing and it's easy to listen to, but it's not going kind of over in that edge. There's one my husband doesn't like me when I listen to her. He says she talks too fast. She's young. Acre Homestead. She talks too fast for my husband. But remember, we're in the South. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Oh, awesome, Sylvia. I went and looked the other day when you were first putting it up, but I need to go back in and explore. The FPP patterns don't work for me, but once I figure out for sure that I can translate this one into an applique pattern, I'm going to do that. And everything itches whenever I get online. I was just talking about that, Stephanie, about my hair, how it won the battle today. Yeah, I just go whatever. Exactly, Martha. Well, Memoirs of a Long Arm Quilter is Stephanie. Obviously, you know Sylvia and me, and Susan Brown was here earlier, and I'm assuming that's her name, unless she's using a fake name. And I try to remember people's real names that go with their handles, unless they tell me not to. There's one lady who emailed me, and because I had asked her a couple times during chats what her real name was, so I could call her by her real name. And she emailed it to me and told me what it was and said, I'd prefer if you call me by my handle. So I do call her by her handle. There's 3 or 4 of those that I do. And I quit asking. Quit asking for people's names unless they want to share them. Because, and it took me a while to forget the lady's real first name, and now I can't remember it. So does that tell you how my memory works? It is your name? Okay. No problem. No problem at all. So anyway, this is probably going to be my next big project is this. But I am going to be doing some free motion quilting. And I don't want to talk to anybody from LA. What do you guys think? You know anybody in LA? I don't. And if I do, they'll leave me a message, right? We hope, anyway. So she sent me a picture of her turtle. Okay, it's not very turtle looking. I'm sorry. Oh, Stephanie, this is, let's see if I can get it where you can see it. Because my camera is kind of dingy. I doubt Prince Harry or Meghan's going to call me. This is the Professional Tote by Creative Thimble, Stephanie. And if you want to order it from Amazon. Creative Thimble has a website, but their shipping is weird. From what everybody was saying in the chat at Mom and Pop's the other day. One lady who's in Canada ordered the pattern and got charged $3.50 for shipping. Another lady who's in Canada in the same province got charged $21.50 for shipping. The pattern's only $10. And I paid $10.32 for mine from Amazon, and it was shipped for free. And I ordered it Saturday, and it came in today's mail. So, but this is the one that Gwenny said is a great airplane bag. This has 10 pockets, including a center divided zippered pocket in the lining, and an optional strap that you can place over the handle of rolling luggage. So if you've got luggage that has that long handle, this has a strap that will fit around that luggage thing. So Gwenny's was in browns, and Gwenny said this one took her 4 days to make. So it's not necessarily a beginner bag. But this says, quilting cotton works really well for this. It's all fused with heavy interfacing. And decorator fabrics and tapestry would work great for the main fabric. And then the bottom panel piece looks great using ultra suede, faux leather, or cork. So this one sounds like a challenge for me, maybe. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Bags are, the hard part on bags is being able to turn it after you get it all made, or deciding that you're going to do a drop-in lining. And I will probably work on this one over some time. It won't be something that I'm going to sit down and make like on a live for you guys. I may pick out my fabrics and stuff on a live or something, but it'll probably definitely. Right, exactly. Sometimes that shipping is crazy. And I know that a lot of times it's more expensive if you get it shipped to Canada, but I was shocked at how much more expensive it was, and that it was such a broad range of shipping costs for one person in Canada and another. I mean, I know if you're further distance away, but the two people, I thought they said they were in the same province. So, yeah, Sylvia, your poor little turtle guy. Looks like he could have used some stuffing. I have to agree with you on that one. I'm sorry. Stephanie, I definitely think you could make it. I definitely think you could make it. But it all comes down to, what do you want to invest your time in? I'm working on applique, and then I need a purse. So the books for the Farm Girl Vintage do cost a fortune over there. I think you said 45 pounds for one of them. And I was going through my project bags this last weekend. I've still got pineapple quilt that I'm working on. I've still got some Farm Girl Vintage stuff. And of course, I still have to finish my chicken salad, but it won't take me very long. Did I reconnect okay? I know I froze for a second there. Okay, so I'm back. And Sylvia, I'm having fun with that vidIQ we were talking about. Um, oh, Martha, I haven't finished putting my top together, and I've got everything cut except for, like I said, squaring up the blocks. And then I need to sit down and put together all the pieces that go around the blocks. And I'm not intimidated by the sewing part. It's the trying to film it part that's getting to me, because I really want to put it together on my Juki, and it's a little harder to deal with a whole quilt top and filming it out here than it is in my other room. So I'm trying. That's the holdup for me, is the filming part. Stephanie, totes are easy. I just need to do a simple tote video, I guess, so that I can show you. But Tiffany's done several. I need to make a tote video. That's all there is to it. I just need to sit down and make one, because you're not the first person who said that they're intimidated by totes. And I started one a while back and never finished it. Maybe I'll just sit down and film it and be done with it. Because the fabric that I have for it, I really like. I just wasn't super fond of the pattern. And Martha, Gypsy Woman, did not one, not two, but like half a dozen different variations of Farm Girl vintage quilts. And she had hers quilted to look like honeycomb or chicken wire. My connection is unstable. Please wait while we reconnect. I'm waiting. I'm not even moving anything around in front of the camera. Come on. I'm okay there? Okay. It says it's trying to reconnect. So I'm trying to watch it and see what it's doing. Anyway, Wendy had hers done in what looks like hexagons, so a chicken wire pattern. And they came out somebody who does, they just look so adorable. Do a consistent chicken wire pattern in free motion. So I'm thinking that the lady, now I'm frozen. So I'm thinking that the lady who was doing it for her probably has a computer. I'm going to keep talking and see if it wanted to. I don't. Oh, okay. I don't know how to do a chicken wire on a free motion either. I've been looking at a couple different meanders that I might do. I like to do a loopy. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a loop and then put an egg in it and do a loop and put a chicken foot in it, that kind of stuff. Let me know when I come back. I'm just sitting here rambling, so I don't say anything important while I'm frozen. It is just a little hexagon, but to do it all over a quilt would require a little more mental dexterity than I think I have. That's an idea, Stephanie. I like that idea. I'm back on your TV. Okay. But that's an idea. I never thought about that. Yeah. And if you did something like that, Martha, like put that stencil on, you could actually do hexagons all the way up to your chickens, but not over them. Or you could do it over them and it would look like they were inside the chicken coop. I like that idea. And you could do it one block at a time and then just do the one block. And then once you have it quilted, then put the stencil on the next block, matching it up. And then you don't have to worry about rubbing chalk off everywhere as you go. Just start in the center and work your way out to one side and then to the other. That's an idea. Martha, unless you have a long arm and then you do it a whole different way than I would probably do it. And see, that's why we want Stephanie here, because she has great ideas. Yeah. No long arm. See, okay, so you're in the same shape I am. You'd be doing free motion. But I'm thinking if I did it like one square at a time or one block at a time, I could free motion it and do, because the thing is, you don't want to have that chalk everywhere and you don't want to be, when I meander, I usually meander like quarter of the quilt at a time. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Stephanie. That makes sense. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. And then if you wanted to put buttons or anything like that on your chickens, you could do it after it's quilted. And the chicken wire would help hold all of the pieces of applique down without obscuring any of the embroidery you did around your chickens. Because some of those, like the chicken bodies, get kind of big. I mean, it's a 12.5-inch block. So it'll be 12 inches. And you want your batting, mine says no more than 4 inches. So you could do a 4-inch, you could do a 4-inch chicken wire so it wouldn't obscure your chickens too much, and do it in gray over the whole quilt so you don't have to change the color too. Yeah, I really need to do a video of this table. I have a like 5-6 foot long table that my Juki is built into, and my Juki is down towards one end of the table. So I have a good 3 feet that I can roll and unroll a quilt next to my Juki. And then I have the area in front of and behind it. Yeah, quilt as you go is a neat idea. I'm not great at doing it. Something about it's probably the same reason the FPP isn't something I enjoy. Brain doesn't work that way. It doesn't, the spatial relationship is what gets me. Right, right. Use a gray thin thread. I didn't know you did a chicken salad, Stephanie. I'd love to see it too. Free motion quilting for me. And I hope I'm teaching some applique. Were you here when I was showing my little thing from yesterday, Steph? I'm going to try to get batting and backing on this and get it quilted this afternoon maybe, or tomorrow. It's about 18 inches long and 8 inches high. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backing and the batting in here, and then let the sewing for the spools be the quilting also. Hi, Eva. How are you today? Yeah, and I'm going to try that Nativity as an applique. And Stephanie, I don't know if you saw this either. Sylvia turned the picture I had of this into an FPP for me. There we go. Let me put it in front of me. And I've drawn all over mine. But she put it into an FPP. And then I drew on it. And I'm going to try to create a smaller version of the applique. Yeah, I'll email you a copy of it if Sylvia doesn't mind, because I already have it. But yeah, I sent her the picture and asked, and she put it into an FPP. So she's going to try doing FPP with it. And if anybody gets in touch with that lady, please, please, please put me in contact with her. I will more than willingly and happily buy the patterns from her. The only reason that I'm working on it any other way is because we have not been able to buy the pattern. And I'm not going to share this pattern, the applique pattern, with anybody. But Sylvia did it for me as a favor, so I'm going to share it with Stephanie as a favor. It's not for sale, I don't believe. So we don't want to walk on anybody's copyright. That's not the goal. That's not the goal. But I really want to do this, and I think it's adorable. And I know Stephanie had talked to the lady, and she said that it was completely out of print. But yes, that is so cool, isn't it, Stephanie? So before anybody goes up in arms and starts trying to shoot me because I'm hijacking something, I'm not hijacking it for sale, but for personal use only. How's that? So, but I love what Steph did with hers. I love what Steph did with hers, and I can't wait to see the rest of it. She told me that she went to twin needle on, or not to twin needle, to zigzag on hers because the twin needle didn't work great. But I can't wait to see what it comes out like because I'm sure it's beautiful. And all the fabrics she picked out, I was like, I swooned over every one of them. But I think I'm going to go to my bag of Scrappy Shane and make myself one just for use here at home. And mine will be way different. I told you they were out of print, right, Stephanie? Poor lady's going to decide we're all crazy. I know that Halo had was going to contact her about possibly buying it. Okay. Well, there's definitely a market for it, I think. GrandRapids-mn.com. I got her name wrong. Oh, it's Edna Trunt, not Edna Trout. I just wrote all that down, so I've got her phone number. So like I said, I would be more than willing to buy copies from her. I don't know that I want to buy the copyright from her unless she'd sell it really cheap, like, $5. But I seriously doubt that's going to happen. But I would love to be able to buy the patterns instead of having to try to hack it into something that I can use. Hello, Shirley. How are you today? Yeah, that's true, Stephanie. Or maybe one of her family members might be interested in picking up the ball. Because that's like Great Depression cooking. Her grandson actually owns the rights to all the videos. So that's who puts those videos up. And what's going on with Miss Shirley today? Oh, that's fine, Sylvia. I hope she's doing well. Listening while cleaning. You're always doing something work-wise. Sit down, have a cup of tea and a cookie. Take a break with us. Well, hello, Miss Colleen. How are you today? Miss Colleen has now got her chauffeur cap on again. I'm glad to hear that, Sylvia. And I talked to Lori at Quilting in the Country this morning for just a minute. She's running crazy, still got family stuff going on, like I said. So if you are so inclined, please either light a candle for her, say some prayers, whatever you do. She could definitely use them. I had my coffee. I made coffee when I got up this morning. I drank 2 cups, and now I'm working on soda. Don't tell anybody, though. I did my normal morning routine. I went through Amazon. Then I went and looked at my page to see if anything crazy happened overnight. Like I gained 5,000 subscribers like Tiffany did. That must have been a total shock to Tiffany when that happened. I looked at my stats and I looked at my likes and dislikes and how many people have looked at my videos and stuff. And I saw that I got my badge of honor from my troll. Yay. So that happened this overnight. And then I went in and looked at the things that I have scheduled to go up over the next few weeks and figured out what else I need to put up behind them. Yeah, she is, Sylvia. An icy hot patch. Yeah, my shoulder's saying that I will probably need one by the time we're done here today, too. Yeah, Sylvia, I'm just leaving it at prayers for the family and but she is doing pretty well, I think. I think this morning's task was flat tires. Yes, they do, Colleen. They just need more hugs. She did, Stephanie. Shirley, you still just take it slow. Don't wear yourself out. You definitely can't do that. And I think you've probably been helping your girlies out again. Your one daughter, is she all healed up from a hip replacement? Is that what she had done a while back? You did do a great job on the pattern, Sylvia. And then I take a black magic marker and just write all over it. I'm a terrible person, aren't I? And then did anybody here download the atrocity that is the pattern for this thread spool? I know it's horrible because I am not a pattern writer. But I was hoping that if there was tips or tricks for pattern spools or pattern writing, somebody might share or point me in the right direction. And for anybody who's not seen it, this is the actual pattern that Edna Trunt put together to start with, and there's magic marker all over it because I didn't watch what was laying underneath my other one. So this is why I like this, and Stephanie's doing hers. She's done the manger in the center, but the other 2 pieces. And then, of course, Sylvia turned that center picture for me into something bigger. And I'm going to try to make it using probably freezer paper piecing. And then if I can get that to work out, then I'll probably put it in my scan and cut. But Sylvia's Etsy shop, she listed it earlier for me. And I want to try to put that in the Nightbot. I did put the Facebook group for Sylvia and Lori in there. And I'm glad for that, Shirley. I think I may have asked you a while back, but my brain today is not recalling that information. I knew that she'd had the surgery, but I wasn't sure how well she had healed up after. I'm going to show you my finger. It's not bad. This is what it looks like now. And some of you may have seen it before because it was like 4 times the size. I couldn't bend the finger. Still got a little more healing to do, but it's doing really well. Thank you, Colleen. It has healed up pretty well. Hello, Agnes. How are you today? Good to see you. Just looking. Did I say that right? It is an H and not a J, right? Jimenez, not Jimenez. This is what I'm going to play with later today. And Colleen, I think you were on Mom and Pop's last weekend, weren't you? When everybody was looking at Gwenny's little tote. I got mine today. And I got my silicone mats I ordered. And I ordered neutrals. I thought it was an H. Okay. We moved down to South Florida when I was 12, and my husband and my daughters are all fluent in Spanish. Their mother is from Honduras. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I do know how to pronounce some of the words. You were on? Yeah. So I got my pattern for that. So I'm going to sit down and start putting that together. And you missed the cute things. Where did I set them? This is the cute stuff. Hubby went to Dollar Tree this weekend, and he got me 2 little chalky boards. And he got me an easel. And the chalkboards will sit on the easel so I can take pictures. And we discovered that my little mug rug that I finished also will sit on the easel. So kind of cool. So I got some neato stuff. Plus I got a little camera. And this is the little camera. I'm hoping that this will mount on my sewing machine so that I can get this view so that when I sew, it's right over the needle and you guys can see that better. I haven't played with it much yet. So that's on the agenda of things that I want to do this week, is try to get that camera working so I have a better angle for you guys. Yeah, that's funny. Because I turned that phone call off, my phone is now telling me that I can pick up the phone and it'll be silent. Well, what's the point of answering the phone if it's just going to be silent? Did I miss something on that? She did. It's kind of sad looking, Colleen, the flat pancake turtle. If I can pull up Messenger. Trying to get the angle. My husband is awesome, Martha. I'm really lucky. He is very supportive of my sewing or anything else that I want to do. So I have been very, very lucky that way. I try to be supportive of him too, even when it gets old to have chickens all the time. It does need stuffing, I think. But if you undid like one side of the bottom, maybe you could put some stuffing in there and not have to do anything crazy. Don't forget to pay the rent. That offended a troll too. Oh well. I need me one of those. Colleen sent me a GIF a couple days ago. GIF. I'm not sure how to say it, but it was this. It was a chubby troll with a rainbow colored wig on, and I was like, I need the wig. I need the wig. I can probably come up with the polka dot fabric to make the dress, but I need the wig. Because I mean, I could come on with. Can't y'all see me with rainbow colored silky troll hair? Wouldn't that be cute? Go right along with my hat, right? Okay, Colleen. Everybody's saying it. Yeah. Well, why not, Sylvia? If you can't have fun, what's the stinking point? I put up my spoon video yesterday. I'm hoping that most of you guys have seen it because it explains that was the look on your face. I put up a spoon video yesterday, and while I was trying to put it together, I'm waiting on the chat to reconnect because it's telling me it's not. While I was trying to put it together, I was sitting here singing to the plastic spoons that I was using. Sylvia, you don't get to choose how many spoons you have. That's the problem with spoon theory, and little kids have hundreds of them. I don't know who you are, but please stop calling me. Little kids have hundreds of them. So we're all just sitting there going, where did they get their energy? I know you on the porch and watched little kids run in the yard and thought, where did they get their energy? Seven's about what I've got these days. I used to have three, Sylvia. So, but when I uploaded the video, it was hilarious because YouTube actually picked the thumbnail for me. And I looked at the thumbnail when it went up because I was trying to figure out what I was going to put up there. And I don't know when in that video I threw back my head and laughed, but that's exactly what the thumbnail looked like I was doing. And I thought, okay, I'll keep that thumbnail. It was hilarious, I thought. I mean, it was a great picture. But I was looking at it and I was going, where did I laugh like that? So I didn't, but I picked like 1 second where I looked like that. And then, I got my little hat here. I could tuck all my hair up under there. I loved that thumbnail. I was just so impressed that it came up with it. Wayne hasn't claimed my hat quite yet, but I think it's got a very short shelf life for me to be able to have it. So I'm going to make myself another one here in the next few days. I think it's quite lovely. Yeah, the spoons are used for a lot of people who have chronic illness. And I'm having fun. I mean, I'm not having fun with it, but it really made a huge difference for me when I figured out why. Because used to be I could, go for days with no problem. But now it's like, why don't I have energy to do all this crazy stuff? And the video wasn't explaining why I'm tired all the time. It was kind of like everybody feels that way at some point, especially if you have chronic illnesses. You're like, oh, why am I so tired? Why don't I have all the energy I used to have? And that's why, because it zaps you. Your body trying to deal with chronic pain or chronic illness zaps the daylights out of you. And where I'm at now is stress is one of the big things that causes me to have flares. So I'm not willing to spend spoons on stress. So I ain't spending spoons on stress no more. If I can get my hat to look a little more rakish. It's more of a way for you to understand the concept of why you don't have time to do all that other stuff. You've never heard of rheumatoid arthritis, Martha? I have rheumatoid arthritis. I have osteoarthritis in my hands. I had sepsis and septic shock, which is what kicked all the other stuff into gear. That kidney stone is what got me. If I hadn't had the kidney stone, it might have been delayed a few more years. But Sylvie, it's just more of a way for you to keep track of um, how much energy you have in a day. And some days you have more energy than others. So some days you have more spoons than others. Like yesterday, you sewed a whole bunch. So, and I think you went to the store. I don't remember what all else you told me you did. But today, you're just kind of wanting to sit and chill and drink some tea and kind of relax. Yeah, I didn't really want to limit it to um, what I have because it's not really specific to just me. But, I have my doctor won't diagnose me with fibromyalgia because I already have 3 pages of crud on my list. And he's like, there's no point in adding another diagnosis because you've got all of it anyway. You know what I mean? Um, so it's not so much, what it is as what things add up to. And it makes a difference, if you're, like Sylvia said, she has osteo and COPD. I have COPD. I have asthma, this, that, and the other. And I have, a whole host of medicines that I take to try to take care of it. And when I talk about things on YouTube, I'm trying to be specific to this is how I handle arthritis, or this is how I handle, osteo or whatever. And I haven't even talked about my birth defect or my orphan disease or any of that stuff because it's not relevant when it comes right down to it. It's just there's all this stuff, and at some point you kind of get an idea of what you're dealing with, and you try to balance things out as best you can. So, I'm not in the business of Droopy the dog. Is that who it was that always walked around? I don't want to do that. So I don't list them all off all the time, but the arthritis is the big one. It is taxing, Colleen. And if I had to go to the grocery store or do more than one load of laundry a day or a week or whatever, I would be completely worn out. I can go in the kitchen and I can make coffee and do dishes and maybe cook a meal, and then I'm pretty much done. Oh, I love Droopy Dog. That one I may have to try. I may have to turn it into an applique for me, but Droopy Dog he was fun. He was fun. Yeah, but everybody, I think most chronic illnesses have similar effects on our mental state, on our, ability to go out and do things. And of course, especially, I was type A. I ran convenience stores and all kinds of stuff. Right. And I drove 4,000 miles a day, it seemed like, way back when I was working full time. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, I'm having an okay day. That was really nice of them, Colleen. I was so appreciative. They're always so sweet. And it was a big shout out. She was talking about my applique. And from the queen of the applique, I mean, Mom and Pop and Lisa Capon are both just like way up there. I learned so much from both of them and have learned so much from both of them. So, yeah, I mean, that was just holy cow. Yeah, you could have knocked me off my chair. And I was sitting here going, thank you. I mean, I didn't know what to say except thank you. That was incredibly nice. And they also gave Stephanie a shout too. Stephanie at Memoirs of Long Arm Quilter. So, and then she got a shout out this morning from Brenda at Conquering Mount I'll never say that right. Scrapmore. I almost put a T in there. So yeah, and Stephanie is knocking on 300. Yes, they are, Sylvia. Lisa and Mom and Pop both are. So that's just amazing, and passing it along. I try to do that too. That's why I have, everybody in my Nightbot and try to share who I can, but I'm only sharing people that, I like. I like to watch and I like to see. And there are probably lots more out there that are great that I don't have in my bot, but these are the people I interact with most of the time. Yes, Sassy! Yes, yes, yes! 301. Yay! I hope she's still here because I don't give those cheers out very often. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Woohoo, Stephanie. Now I'm going to have to wipe my eyes. Sorry. We've been rooting for Stephanie and Sylvia and Colleen and all you guys for so long. I can't wait till we all hit 1,000 and 10,000 and 100,000. Yes, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, Stephanie. Oh, I am crying for you. Seriously. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that's genuine subscribers, people who actually watch quilting and sewing and want to learn from somebody else. See, that's the thing. You're going to have people that are going to watch you and are going to encourage you and say, hey, we like when you do this, and we're not so fond of when you do that. I don't mind if you tell me, hey, I don't really like those blocks that you do. Or I really like it when you do applique better than when you do ABC. Yeah, and Sylvia's at 237. Now, Sylvia definitely, Mom and Pop gave her a shout out 2 or 3 weeks ago and pushed her. She was looking for 150, and now look, she's at 237. That's awesome. Sylvia, your videos are cool, and what you teach is so interesting. I'm shocked you haven't gone over 1,000 already. So, and I just thought I'd put my hat on. Maybe it helps with the hair a little bit. Probably not, but whatever. Let's tuck that little bit up under there. A little better. I need to make me another one. Hello, Tracy. How are you? Just FYI, Tracy Albert Stephanie is at 301. She just went over. And if you go back, you'll get to see me do a Bronx chair. I don't even know what a Bronx chair looks like, but I gave her a big old cheer. I'm so thrilled for her. And I know you've been encouraging the heck out of Stephanie. So, yeah, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yep, exactly, Colleen. Exactly. And names that I don't recognize, but people that have history on YouTube. So I'm happy about that. I'm definitely happy about that. I had one who I don't know what was going on, but kept subbing and unsubbing and subbing and unsubbing, and finally I was like, what is with the revolving door? Do you like me today and you don't tomorrow? Does it depend on which personality is dominant? But I decided I'd just ignore it. So I don't know if they're subbed or unsubbed at this moment in time. I just kind of have to laugh to myself. But yes, Stephanie, that's awesome. And hopefully Tracy at Craft a Simple Life will be back. Exactly, Sylvia. Yeah, Colleen, that's what I figure. I mean, it's not like I can sit here and figure out what people are looking for or not looking for unless they're leaving comments. And I talked about that a little bit ago. All my comments are held for review right now because I was getting inundated with the trolls. So, exactly, Tracy. But I was getting inundated with the trolls, and it was like constant messages from various people saying, "Oh, there's a troll posting something nasty on your channel." So I put everything to held for review, and then I'm going through every couple of hours and checking comments and approving, the regular people, and then that are posting the porn stuff. No problem, Colleen. Team replay is always fine. Matter of fact, I get more views on replays normally than I do on regular chats. So there might be, 15, 16 people here right now, but replays will go up over 200 or 300 plays. So I'm good with that. Just means that the people who are watching replay don't get to ask me real-time questions, but they can leave comments in the comment section and I can come back and answer them. And I do try to answer everybody if I can, unless it's just, hey, I like the live. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yes, I love that, Tracy. I'm still laughing about it. Some only have enough brain cells to starve a zombie. I was glad I wasn't drinking coffee when she said that to me, because I would have probably spit coffee everywhere. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. And I know I'm talking about vidIQ a lot, but let me tell you, vidIQ, going in it and looking at my stats made a huge difference, because I was ready to say, I'm done. I can't, I'm not growing my channel, blah, blah, blah. Well, I went and looked at vidIQ, and I'm doing a whole lot better than that subscriber count shows. My my hours of view time have gone way up. The number of views on my channel have gone way up. So apparently lots of people are watching who aren't necessarily subscribed. And I went from, yeah, it really is. Colleen was using it before me, and she was like, you need to look at your stats before you give up here. But what I thought was really cool is it's taken me since March to get to 4,000 hours of watch time. And this morning I looked and I'm at 4375 of watch time, which that's only been about a week. So I've had 375 hours of watch time in a week or two at most. So somebody's watching and liking what they're watching, apparently, except for the one troll who wants to hit dislike on everything. So the subscriber numbers don't tell you everything. You can have a lot of subscribers and not be getting a lot of watch time. So it's nice when you get subscribers that actually watch your channel. It's not enough to have a ton of subs if you're not getting time from people watching you. So I appreciate you guys watching my channel, watching my videos, and commenting back, telling me, hey, shut up, you're getting on my nerves, or, yeah, we really like that. So I definitely appreciate that. And what do you think? Is it a little more stylish now that I did something to it? Oh, thank you, Martha. I appreciate that. Yeah, slow rise is awesome, because that gives me a chance to make all my stupid videos and whatever now and get those out of the way and maybe start doing a better. I'm working on improving my production value. How's that? Is that a good way to put it? Better cameras. I've gotten a couple. I was showing this earlier. Yeah. Exactly, Tracy. And I've said that a million times. Dislikes still give you engagement, and they actually are supportive because they tell YouTube that people are watching your videos. So, yeah. Sylvia, I'm actually working. I want to get over a specific number of videos. This is number 12 of the 25 that Colleen challenged me to put out. And some of them are short. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be long. Exactly. And I'm always surprised by the people who do send me private messages and emails and say, hey, we're still cheering for you and still working for you. Let the people who want to do the evil stuff do their thing. It'll come out eventually and they'll get caught. So I'm just trying not to feed that. So sorry. That was my response to Colleen's evil laugh. I'm just trying to keep doing me. Well, Sylvia, without you and Colleen and Stephanie and a few of you others, I probably would have said, ugh, but I'm hanging. And I have lots and lots and lots of plans, so be ready. I believe in karma 100%, Tracy. And karma will definitely do her thing. I don't wish evil on anybody, but when they're doing bad things, it'll come visit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that a million times, Sylvia. I mean, I guess because I'm older, I've seen what happens to people who do mean things. My ex-husband, years and years, he told my kids I was a terrible person. I was awful. I was nasty, blah, blah, blah. My kids have finally figured it out. And he's not liking the results. So, and that's all I got to say about that. I have found that, it doesn't do me any good to sit. I'm not going to sit here and jump up and down. Aw, Tracy. Well, whichever way you decide, we're all still here. We all still love you. You don't have to make videos for us to love you. That's not a problem. I'm hoping that you do, but I like how you teach EPP. And let's see, you had COVID, you moved, you had mega surgery. May doesn't really seem like that long ago when it comes down to all those things. You need to recover. Yes, you do. And I hope you do recover 100%. That's the main goal right now. Yep. And I'm going to keep smiling. That's what I do. Okay, guys, I know you've got to be tired of me by this. Yeah, it is. You have to take care of you. You can't pour from an empty cup. And, for me, I can't, my spoons are so limited that if someone starts trying to hand me stress, I'm handing the stress back and going on. That's all I can do at this point. I don't have time for it. Stress will knock me down so fast, it's not funny. And yeah, I just can't. I just can't. If you want to have, stress, an argument, and a fight, have it with yourself. I'm going to bow out. Because I found out that over the years, if you argue with an idiot, you look like an idiot. So why bother? Right? So never get tired of me, Tracy. Thank goodness for replays. Then you can listen to me talk and ramble 24/7. Yeah, I don't have time for anything that's going to cause me to hurt. Yes, you do keep me laughing, Tracy. Yeah, I've taken vacations from sewing here and there, usually for work purposes, or for illness. I wasn't able to sew for quite some time after I had sepsis and the kidney stone and all of that. I couldn't lift anything over 5 pounds. So, Oh, Martha, you're going to love Sylvia's videos. She does foundation paper piecing, and Tracy at Craft a Simple Life does EPP, which is English paper piecing. And if I remember right, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. English paper piecing, they wrap the fabric around the paper, and foundation paper piecing, they sew the fabric to the paper. Is that right, Sylvia and Tracy? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, good. Thank you, Sylvia. Anyway, yeah. Um, Martha, check them out. I appreciate you guys being here. I love talking to you guys, and I always have a blast. And Colleen's getting everybody up in the bot to make sure that all my mods and stuff are listed. And Shirley was here. I don't know if she's still here. I will be here Thursday. I may be here sooner, depends. But I'm definitely going to do some videos. I've got 13 more to do, right, Colleen? This is 12. You're fine, Stephanie. Yeah. She said she hasn't touched her machine since May. Tracy's doesn't go through at Craft a Simple Life. Colleen, will you put Tracy's link in there and see what I did wrong? Oh, Stephanie, we are so happy for you. She's going to pass me in about a minute, which I will not be jealous or anything for. I think it's awesome. Try to give Colleen a second to put Tracy's link in there if she can. Okay. Thank you. That one should work, Martha. Okay, is that everybody, Colleen? She is just the bomb as a moderator, guys. Everybody's links up there. Awesome, Martha. Thank you. I'm glad that you get to see everybody, because everybody's got something different to teach, and everybody teaches a little differently. So there's always opportunities to learn from somebody. Oh, you're welcome, Tracy. She does. I will fix Tracy's in the bot as soon as we get off of here. I appreciate that, Colleen. Sylvia, you have a great day. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you coming and watching. I love you all. Bye-bye.